Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
We're here, we're back.
It's Poofy Man, back with another episode. I got my good friend and legal expert, Calvin Johnson, here with me. Everyone say hi, Calvin. Say hi, Calvin.
Attorney Calvin D. Johnson in the house.
Yes, sir. So, the reason I wanted, well, I mean, obviously, other than just haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
But there's a couple big cases that have been going on. So, you know, from Carmelo Anthony, right? And then we got the Yellow Beezy 3 stuff.
Oh, yeah, man, that's crazy.
And, you know, if you've been watching, it sounded like you've been watching a little bit of the podcast.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
for
have the
sure.
flock camera.
Check it out. Flock camera.
Yes,
oh, my
sir.
God.
Yes, sir. So,
Whole another conversation.
man, but I got a couple questions, just like quick bangers.
Sure,
Boom,
sure,
boom, boom.
sure. Let's hit it.
All right. So, is entrapment, is that a myth or is that real?
That's real.
So
They can entrap you, yeah.
No, I mean, they're allowed to do it?
Well, I wouldn't say they're allowed to do it, but there's certain things that they do that can pull you in. I always tell people officers can lie to you when they're interrogating you. People think that they have to be honest with you. A lot of the times the officers will know about 90% of the situation and lie about the other 10% to you to make you think that they know everything. And then that's where they get you, because if they tell you a little bit about a situation, you may assume that they know the whole thing, and then you start telling it on yourself. Law enforcement is allowed to lie to you during interrogations. That's what people don't understand. In America, they're allowed to do that. In some countries, that's not even allowed. So I always try to tell people, never talk to law enforcement without a lawyer. I always tell people, watch the first 48. Notice how the officers always don't want you to ask for a lawyer. The minute you say lawyer,
We'll see ya.
the guy in the other room gets upset because they know they can't continue to talk to you. They know the jig is up. So you got to be very smart. They're going to talk you into some more trouble if you don't have a lawyer.
So they can entrap you.
Basically, yes, if you don't talk to them.
Well, like that myth was always like, that's entrapment. You can't use that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they can, apparently. So be careful out there.
In a sense, they can, but it's just there's lines that have to be crossed. Now, they can't just fully entrap you, but they can create situations that allow you to walk into them.
Okay, all right. That's some game right there. So straight from entrapment to let's get into the flock camera thing, because that sounds like a trap if I ever heard one. There's obviously some contending opinions on this. So sounded like we'd been talking a little bit beforehand. Sound like you seem to be sort of on the anti-flock camera bandwagon or game, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Lay out your position for me.
The reason why I'm so anti-flock camera is because you got to be careful with those things. Those things can be used. They can be used to do some good, don't get me wrong. You can solve a lot of crimes that are being committed against people. They can help identify things. They can help find people. But they can also be used by government to do some things against people. Especially when you look at the current government that's in place, I would be highly concerned about the use of flock cameras. They can be used in the wrong hands to actually suppress people, to watch people 100 miles an hour. They could be watching you, and they can be dictating what you can and cannot do. And that's the thing. There's no sense of privacy anymore with these flock cameras. And then there's also selective enforcement that you can look at. What if you're just watching certain communities and not watching other communities? And so those are the things that I get concerned about, the privacy concerns. We have no privacy in America right now with the flock cameras as well as other investigative measures. I mean, these folks can follow you. They got your phones. They can follow you through your phones, through the flock cameras, through trackers inside of your cars, through these cell towers. There's a lot going on in America that I don't like.
Do you think that so part of the thing is like some of the stuff that the flock cameras do would have in the past required some form of warrant.
Yes.
Right? And so now they're essentially, until there's some type of legislation that's put forth, they're able to basically circumvent warrants.
Yeah, they are.
to capture information about random people, I guess.
Yeah, they are. And I think that eventually somebody's going to pose a constitutional challenge. I'm giving somebody an idea out here to the use of fly cameras in their cases because, I mean, when you think about it, it's an invasion of privacy. And now, what people will say, does it help the greater good? Sometimes, yes. But with that being said, there are situations where those fly cameras are just constantly watching you, invading your privacy without a warrant. And we should always be careful when government can just go in and do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. And Big Brother can always look down on what you and everybody else is doing. I don't think that's a good thing.
Do you think that when we found out that our cell phones were capable of doing the things they can, were you as equally against that as you are flock cameras, or is flock cameras specifically something that drives you over the edge?
I think flock cameras are specifically something that drives me over the edge because the flock cameras themselves, I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, you can choose to have a cell phone, but with the flock cameras, you have no say in where the flock cameras are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can decide to leave your cell phone home. You don't want to get tracked. But with the flock cameras, you're going to get tracked whether you want to or not. If you go somewhere, they're on you.
Well,
and I don't like that.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have, it would be really weird to have a cop just, you pull into the studio.
Yeah.
And a cop just like pulls up behind you and is like, just watching.
Bingo.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
That would be, I don't know if it's I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
But I think you would probably say it's some form of misdemeanor. I'm sure it's some type of stalking or it would be unusual. So
exactly.
Just imagine a flock camera and just put like a cop's face like and that's what it is, and it's like against you're innocent.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
and think about this. On top of that, there's stuff called facial recognition software.
Yeah.
And so think about this. I've seen where people pair the flocks with facial recognition software, and I've seen them get it wrong and go arrest people and not arrest the right people. So you gotta think about that.
They said that there was a 70% failure rate up in some places, and 70%. That thing needs to be reeled back and put back on the assembly line. So that's wild.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful about that. I mean, it has some good uses, but I don't like it, and I think that right now in America we got to be careful because between the trackers inside some of these tote-to-note cars, between the fly cameras, between some of the stuff and the cell phones and the cell towers, man, you have no sense of privacy in America right now. And I think you got to be careful about that. I don't trust the government like that.
No, you shouldn't. I don't think they've shown us anything that says, "Hey, they're really trustworthy."
Oh, hell
like
no.
Nothing. I don't care what side of. I don't care who you vote for. None of it is honest.
Exactly. This is not a Republican or Democratic thing.
That's crazy.
I don't trust none of y'all when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so you've been involved with city council a few times, right?
I have been. You know what?
I voted for you, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You know what kills me? I'm gonna be honest with you. Running for office, man. I'm in it for the genuine reason of the community. I love South Dallas. I love the community, and I just felt like other people that ran, and sometimes when it came to actually running for office, a lot of people ran for other reasons. I was running to help the community. I literally went to school, got a law degree, came back to help the community. Unfortunately, I did not win. I'll just have to help the community in another way. But when it came to politics, man, I actually had somebody tell me I was too honest. So if I'm too honest, then so be it. Because listen, if Dixon Circle and Bunton didn't take me to jail, then being in political office is not going to take me to jail. So that's just the way I look at it.
Yeah. No, man, that's crazy. Well, you answered my second question because I was going to ask about like when you were doing that. Do you think if I went up there and I said, okay, I want to see everyone's timesheets, like I'll wait in line and do my Tuesday bit, and I'll go up there and be like, every one of you, I'd like to see the last 6 weeks of your pay stubs. I want to see when you clocked in, when you clocked out. What do you think I would get? Do you think anyone goes, like, are they in their offices right now?
I don't think they're in the offices right now. And I don't know how much they work, but I know some of them work very hard. Some of them work hard, some of them,
look at them potholes out there.
But you think about it, man. Everybody's calling them. Yeah. Everybody call them, and then especially if you're really from that community, people are calling you 100 miles an hour.
But you ran for it.
Yeah, I know it. You know,
But like
you draft yourself for that job.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's what I'm
sometimes.
saying. Yeah, like that'd be like me being like,
Yeah, man.
like, oh, this, you know, it's so annoying posting songs and producing music. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, you
You asked for the job. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I signed up for the abuse, and I didn't win the election for the abuse, I guess.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than